What is up, everybody? Welcome to Truth and Transparency. Happy New Year's Eve 2024. You guys got plans for tonight? Well, let's kick off those plans the right way. Join me. We got new documents. We're going to talk about the FBI, the ATF. We're going to talk about DNA. We're going to talk about Idaho. Bryan Kohberger kicking it off the right way for 2025.
Listen, folks, I know there's
State's got some problems
here. I'd like to get this hearing in today. You know, everybody needs to just focus on the relevant facts, okay? I know there's a history here.
Are you talking up by Sunset Mart? Up the hill by the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you? All right. Who's responsible here?
What's that?
Who's responsible here? Whose house is this?
Yeah, have been drinking or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Drive careful, okay?
Will do, thank you.
Woo! Instant classic.
This is what the other group had that ran away.
Oh, really? You just ditched it? Awesome.
Yeah, those ones kept walking in the car and the other one.
It's truly for the win.
Fuck yeah. So many great things are happening right now. I don't even know where to begin. First of all, I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to the Moore family. They had a win in the courtroom today. They won their motion in limine. Their expert witness, Dr. Leo, will be testifying as Jennifer Drake tried to keep Dr. Leo out. That's not going to happen. Woo! So give it up. Second, Dr. Moore and his Jane Doe wife just added substitute counsel, out of state counsel. Holy shit. Pro hack Vice. That I was given to. So there was 2 different discs. Okay. They all knew about it. The best trial litigators in the country working on the case for the Moores now. Holy yeah.
We're not here to talk about the alcohol stuff, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But this is the second noise complaint we've had here tonight within 2 hours.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is this your place?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know why we're here?
I see noise.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there.
Yeah.
Nothing against having a party. Once neighbors start calling in, then we have an issue.
Yes, today for the very first time, Jennifer Drake and her counsel, Peter Erblin, got to meet Billy Little Jr., founder of the Cold Case Foundation. Oh, shit. And second chair, Craig Logston. Yep, same last name as that guy that's repping Bryan Kohberger. But he goes by Jay. I have no idea if they're related. So again, congratulations to the Moore family picking up. You guys can do your own research. Billy Little Jr., founder of the Cold Case Foundation, out of Arizona and Missouri, and Craig Logston out of Arizona. So pro hack Vice. There you go. Now, moving on to Bryan Kohberger. Bryan Kohberger. What is going on? We're going to talk about the FBI. We're going to talk about the ATF. We're going to talk about some drugs. Make yourself known in the chat. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and it is a very, very Happy New Year's Eve to you guys. This is just fucking tits right now. I'm on cloud 9 about it. If you guys couldn't tell. Also, what I have in my hand here, we have a motion to compel material and for sanctions. Say it ain't so. Let's take a look. I'm glad that Heather is in here. You like that shit, girl? People asked me if I had tricks up my sleeve. No. Nope. Love the lives. Same. Glad that Heather's here to see it, though. Let's talk about Bryan Kohberger. Okay. So, prior to the murders happening on November 13th, 2022, a guy by the name of Jonah G. Chapman was being monitored. Chapman, same last name is, or Chapin, I'm sorry, not Chapman, the hell. Jonah Chapin, same last name as Ethan Chapin. He was being monitored for a whole entire year before November 15th, 2022, which would be like a huge drug bust. The ATF was monitoring him as well as another person. And they were doing controlled buys of 700 pills of fentanyl. 700 pills of fentanyl. Okay. Now, you know I'm all about my dates and timestamps. In the Brian Drake case, there's a vehicle that I've been hunting down for a very, very long time, and it was a Ford Explorer, an old school Ford Explorer. So let's make all of this make sense. Here we go. Serial offender sentenced to federal prison on drug trafficking charges. Okay. So I want to start this off by saying, before we get into that doc, Spokane, Washington, you know, Lala Gonzaga is the best thing over there, hands down. Love Gonzaga. I root for Gonzaga as long as they're not playing Cincinnati. If Gonzaga's never playing Cincinnati, the Zags are always going to get my root, my vote, my chair session. Like I said, Gonzaga, the best thing about Spokane. Now, Spokane, Washington, this is federal. So I'm going to zoom in here, take a look. Ooh. So, Gage Lyle Forsberg, age 30, was sentenced after pleading guilty to distributing of 40 grams or more of a mixture of substance containing a detectable amount of fentanyl. United States District Judge Thomas O. Rice imposed a sentence of 175 months and 6 days to be followed by 5 years of supervised release. In imposing this lengthy sentence, Judge Rice considered Forsberg's extensive criminal history as well as the string of crimes Forsberg engaged in that ultimately resulted in this federal indictment. According to court documents and information presented at the sentencing hearing on October 21st, 2021, the Spokane Police Department, remember this was written here though, okay, 2024, okay. All right. So according to court documents and information presented at the sentencing hearing, October 21st, 2021, the Spokane Police Department conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle driven by Forsberg for reckless driving. Forsberg was arrested. During a search, SPD located $1,120 on his person, as well as drug paraphernalia and 9 fentanyl pills in the vehicle. That's it, just 9. Forsberg was booked into jail and ultimately was released. Then, while that case was pending, on February 4th, 2022, SPD spotted Forsberg driving a stolen vehicle with a smashed out window. SPD arrested our boy. And during a search, SPD located a baggie of fentanyl pills, cash, and a loaded magazine for a handgun. Inside the vehicle, SPD located a loaded 9mm firearm. Mind you, that is the caliber that holds a possible 38. So a 9mm can fire 38s and is listed as a possible match to the firearm that could have been used to kill Brian Drake. Just throwing that out there. This serial number was, it was grounded off. It was boop. Also, it was a 10mm firearm that had been reported stolen. Several boxes of ammo, as well as loose rounds of ammunition. Multiple knives. Damn. Everybody loves their knives in Idaho. More than $22,000 in cash. 5 baseball-sized bags of fentanyl pills and a bag containing heroin. SPD also located a glass punch, which is used to break vehicle windows. Forsberg was booked into jail and ultimately released. A few days later, on February 20th, 2022, a 911 caller reported Forsberg had a weapon and was trying to start a fight at a location in Spokane. A witness saw Forsberg was armed and yelled, "Gun," to alert others. Forsberg took a gun out of his pants and threw it into the street. A bystander retrieved the gun and rendered it safe when SPD arrived. Forsberg was contacted and arrested. During a search incident to arrest, SPD located $2,980, Suboxone, baby, get your sub strips on, a baggie containing fentanyl, and a 9mm magazine. The firearm Forsberg tossed into the street was a 9mm pistol. Forsberg was booked into jail and ultimately released. On October 26th, 2022, we're getting a lot closer to that date, that November date. Okay, so October 22nd, 2022. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, the ATF, arranged a control buy of approximately 700 fentanyl pills from Forsberg using an undercover agent. Forsberg had 2 other individuals with him, co-defendants, there he is, Jonah Chapman and Brady Towner. While the undercover agent was negotiating the sale with Forsberg, Towner brandished a gun and moved to a position of advantage behind the undercover agent. Seeing this, surveillance units gave the signal to call off the deal, and the undercover agent walked away. Forsberg then followed the agent and insisted on the sale, which then they completed. Following the sale, Forsberg left the area driving a green Ford Explorer. Are you kidding me right now? A green Ford Explorer. A green Ford Explorer? I can't make this shit up. Okay? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So, given the presence of a firearm and menacing conduct, law enforcement activated their emergency lights and sirens in an attempt to stop Forsberg's vehicle in Airway Heights. Forsberg failed to yield and ultimately fled, driving recklessly to escape. Forsberg was subsequently federally indicted and a warrant issued for his arrest. On November 15th, 2022, Literally. You guys know. 2 days. 2 days. ATF saw Forsberg driving a vehicle. And how is he driving again? So he escaped them? Oh, so he was able to get away. So everybody get that? This whole October 26th ordeal. Okay. Not in custody, not in custody. Now, on November 15, 2022, ATF saw Forsberg driving a vehicle, they don't say what type of vehicle, in the Spokane area. ATF attempted to contact the vehicle. However, the vehicle attempted to flee. The vehicle was boxed in by ATF vehicles and stopped. The occupants of the vehicle were not compliant with commands, and the vehicle's windows were heavily tinted, which prevented ATF from initially seeing what was happening in the vehicle and raised safety concerns given. Forsberg, or I'm sorry. Concerns given with what happened in the October encounter. So, in the vehicle, Forsberg, Chapin, and Forsberg's then girlfriend, Eva Marie Miller, were ultimately removed from the vehicle and detained. During a search of the vehicle, agents seized bags containing large quantities of fentanyl pills and approximately 20,000 in Forsberg's backpack. 2 loaded handguns, to include one readily accessible in the driver's door panel. That boxed ammo, several cell phones, drug ledgers, and a small amount of methamphetamine. There were also many loose fentanyl pills strewn throughout the vehicle, as if a large bag of fentanyl pills was carelessly ripped open. Chapin was found to have approximately 100 fentanyl pills in a fake battery on his person, as well as brass knuckles. Lots of cash, money, records. Okay, ready? Ooh, look at all that. Those are all pill baggies. They're just loaded up. Like, it's insane. Look at this. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. Okay. Forsberg's co-defendants were previously sentenced for their respective roles in Forsberg's activities. Chapin was sentenced to 40 months in prison. Towner was sentenced to 84 months in prison. And Miller, the chick, was sentenced to 36 months in prison. Mr. Forsberg showed a willful disregard for the law and the safety of our community. So, blah, 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 blah. Guns and drugs are a losing combination, particularly when used together in the commission of a crime. Now, these controlled buys, these vehicles, and okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to talk about this, show you guys those dates, okay? So this happened, all right, November 15th was like this big pull over and actually like arrest them and take them in. November 15th, 2022. Okay. But the ATF monitored for a whole year and did buys and stuff with we are a catch and release state. Yes, you are. Okay. Interesting that that they would be sought after 24 to 36 hours after the murders of the Idaho4 students. Okay. Like, you've been monitoring this guy and these people for a long time, and now we're gonna, you know, you try to get them on October 26th. They got away. That would have been just after Bryan's little pullover on campus, as well as Bethany was pulled over for driving too closely, tailgating in October. Okay. Again, Jonah Chapin and Gage Lyle Forsberg. Now, I've been working hard behind the scenes to get a federal FOIA request here. Okay? The Bryan Kohberger shit. The Fed shit. And let's see. Okay. Here we go. I am seeking reports pertaining to a case that was opened on October 2nd, 2023, or at least a request that was opened and asked for, featuring Bryan Kohberger. I have a FOIA case number that I would like to reference for this purpose, but this is independent of that, but just for references purposes. All official reports, body cams, handwritten notes, dash cam, surveillance reports, logs, special agent logs, transcripts, wiretapping recordings, reports, findings, search warrant affidavits, search warrant returns, information on confidential informants used, confidential informant grants that feature and in connection with Bryan Kohberger. Now, an independent request. We have a right to know how our money is being spent. And so how much money, the use of the funds federally, was budgeted and has been used to date to assist in the Bryan Kohberger case. How many special agents have been used in connection with Bryan Kohberger? What city/state of the FBI, they have, buildings all over, obtained Bryan Kohberger's raw data DNA profile to then upload it to a lab to create the genetic genealogy tip? What date was the DNA obtained from Idaho State Police? Email from Idaho State Police lab concerning DNA resources needed from the FBI. What date was the tip submitted to Moscow Police Department with the name Bryan Kohberger? And the receipt from the FBI paying a third-party site to upload a law enforcement kit. What do you guys think about? You think any of that should be turned over? Right? I don't think it's asking for too much. Now, here we go. This was dropped. Well, you can see it was e-filed on 12/27/2024. They're on a little bit of a delay. And I don't know why. I don't work there at the law offices or the judicial district, Ada County, Trent Tripler. But hey, this was filed on 12/27. We're going to show it here on 12/30 when it became available for us to view. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Woohoo. Who? Somebody got to buy some. Oh, yeah. Michelle gave out some memberships. Hell yeah. Okay. So I did not even know that this existed yet. When I did my FOIA request, I didn't have this. I just got this. As everybody can go see what date it was uploaded. So I didn't even know that this existed before I did my FOIA request. I had been working on how I wanted to go about it. And so I was trying to be very methodical. Now, this document is so very interesting to me. Comes now Bryan C. Kohberger by and through his attorneys of record and hereby moves this honorable court for an order to compel complete expert disclosures from the state in this matter and request sanctions. Sanctions. Well, let me tell you what they mean by that. Well, you can't just do whatever you want, whenever you want, and you have to be consistent, right? Judge Hippler is supposed to be running a tight ship, right? Remember I told you guys, like, I believe that Ann Taylor is playing chess, and you got to sometimes make some moves to then push the hand of somebody to set a precedent in this case. So you want to make it seem like you lost a battle when you're trying to win a war. What this filing is all about is that here we are, December 27th for them, December 31st for us, and the defense team does not have, wait for it, they are lacking this information from the prosecutors, which is discovery that pertains to everything is on a timeline and expert disclosures. Who's going to be your experts? What are they opining? What are their reports? What evidence? Like anything to do with your experts. Okay. So this has to do about experts. Thank you, Dinky. Yeah, hit that target. Hit that target. So these inadequate disclosures greatly prejudice Mr. Kohberger, who is obligated, okay, to submit defense guilt phase expert disclosures by January 23rd, 2025. The sanctions considered must be the exclusion of the experts or at a bare minimum. So she's asking that, you know, compel this shit. We need this shit, but, or exclude it, okay? So the sanctions considered must be the exclusion of the experts or at a bare minimum an order compelling proper disclosure and an extension of Mr. Kohberger's January 23rd, 2025 deadline. Mr. Kohberger is prejudiced because he does not know what expert evidence the state intends to elicit. You got to be kidding me. You guys think about everything that's being asked of in this case, or that they say that they had or have. He does not know what expert evidence he must confront. This is insanity. Okay. Experts are anybody that they're not like lay witnesses. Like Dylan Mortensen isn't an expert witness. Bethany. Okay. Like your police officers, those aren't expert witnesses. All right. We're talking basically, let's be honest. We're talking about this DNA. This DNA. Okay. Relevant facts. In this case, there are over 68 terabits. Do you guys know how much information can go on 1 terabit? 68 terabits of discovery produced in a method that the defense has repeatedly referenced in pleadings and at various motions hearings as extremely disorganized. Extremely disorganized. Last time I heard this was in the Delphi case. Extremely disorganized. But yet you arrested somebody like this quick, right? Because you were so organized? No. Okay. So it has produced in a method that the defense has repeatedly referenced in pleadings and at various motion hearings as extremely disorganized. Like this would be like purposefully done this way. There have been 20 specific requests for discovery and 6 motions to compel filed by the defense. The court entered a quote unquote redacted order governing further criminal proceedings and notice of trial settings on October 9th, 2024. And has notified the parties that strict compliance. God, I'm fucking good. This is Anne saying, yep. And has notified the parties that strict compliance with the court's order is expected. Exactly, Anne. You guys remember when I said Anne wrote a motion, or whoever did it on the team, but they filed it knowing that he's going to say what? This was not timely filed. I hate to think that you guys didn't know that this was a problem before the eve of this being due, right? Remember what happened? On December 18, 2024, the state disclosed 25 experts. There we go. Boom. Now we have a number. 25 experts. Of those, only 5 include actual expert reports. Holy ballsack. Notably, not a single DNA expert opinion or report was produced. Woo! Yeah! And do we got ESP going on over here? Do we got ESP? Do we have ESPN going on over here? Boom! Are you kidding me? Thank you again, Michelle. Aaron Hancock. Aaron Hack, thank you so much. Speedy Bird, good to see you in here. Happy New Year. Thank you for sharing your kindness with others. Gifted One Truth and Transparency membership. Awesome. Dinky. Flex on that wrench, baby. Happy New Year. Let's hit that goal. Woo! We're trying to get that FOIA. We trying over here. Hi, Lana. I wish I could send more. I lost my... Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Your laughter and energy has helped me to keep going. Oh, well, thank you. And I'm glad that I could help, even just at the slightest prayers for you. Sad. Boy. So notably, not a single DNA expert opinion or report was produced. Instead, the state's disclosures refer to Bates numbered pages and say the following. Oh God, here we go. You guys, everything is the DNA in this case. Everything is a DNA in this case. But these are the games that people play. Why would you have to play games, right? No, when he makes us compel it, we'll turn it over. But here, so the DNA that's the only thing tying Mr. Kohberger to this case. The DNA is the only thing tying this man to this case. And people want to always talk to me about all this evidence against Bryan Kohberger. Man, I got 2 words for you. Fuck you. You dumb. 4. The one thing tying this man to this case, this alleged DNA on a knife sheath at the crime scene. The families are making it very clear that this is very hard on them, as it would be any family. And if prosecutors hey, we're going to lay all of our stuff and give it all to you because we're not hiding the 8 ball, right? And then there we go. A defense lawyer then takes hey, look at this. They have you by the balls, Bryan. You did this. Do you want me to try to save your life here and cut a deal? Okay, so no death penalty, right? But that's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here. And everybody should ask themselves why. And the people that should really ask themselves why is the families. Go listen to the last interview that Christy Gonsalves did. You know, this disclosure is provided as an aid. It does not encompass all findings, impressions, conclusion, or materials related to this expert's involvement in this case. It further does not in any way limit the scope of the expert's testimony. Further, this expert may testify about findings, impressions, and or conclusions that he or she drew from the work of other experts who previously examined or handled the evidence in question. Oh, wow. You guys, I'm going to read that again. Notably, not a single DNA expert opinion or report was produced. Instead, the state's disclosures refer to Bates numbered pages. It says, here, see this and this. We've given it to you. And then it says, this is what they're saying that they gave to us. This disclosure is provided as an aid. It does not encompass all findings, impressions, conclusion, or materials related to this expert's involvement in this case. Okay, well, why don't you already have that? Like, where is it? Where is it? And why aren't you producing it? Okay. Then, it further does not in any way limit the scope of the expert's testimony. Wait a second. So, what scope are you planning on having this expert, meaning like one out of your 25 people? We don't have a scope yet because we're not limiting any of our experts. Okay. And it's just like, wait a second. It further does not in any way limit the scope of the, who's limiting anything? You're not providing us with what you want them to be an expert on and what their expert opinion is. Like, what the hell is this? Okay. Further, this expert may testify about findings, impressions, and or conclusions that he or she drew from the work of other experts. Okay. Let me just tell you what this would mean. Let's just throw out an example here. Let's say we have an Emmy, okay? And here's their autopsy. Okay, I am an expert. I'm a pathologist, a forensic pathologist. I have all these awards. I'm this, and I did the autopsies in this case, right? So I did all this work in this case, right? People retire all the time, by the way. Well, let's say that I retire. I did the autopsy. This is my findings from this autopsy, okay? And here's all the pictures from the autopsy. Here's the crime scene photos. Here's my shit, okay? And then something that I noticed that they like to do is, somebody retired, so we have the right to call a different person to the stand that's going to, though, testify to everything that's in that person's report as if it was like their own. What? No joke. Seriously. I read it in the Dr. Moore case. Sally Ann Aiken retired. Okay. Sally Ann Aiken did the autopsy in the Brian Drake murder. She did it in March of 2020. Okay. She has since retired. Okay. Is she I don't know. Does she have some ailments that are not like, just because you retire doesn't mean you can't testify to something that you did. What's preventing her from still testifying to her own findings? And then how would anybody that's an expert be like, oh, well, I got to talk with, Sally, and she went through her stuff step by step, and then we went over everything together, and, so I agree with everything that she did. So I'm just trying to show you guys, like, what they're more or less like. I'm using this as an example, okay? Spokane, the medical examiner, Sally Ann Aiken, she retired, and literally Jennifer Drake and her attorney were like, well, we have the right to use somebody other than her, but they're going to testify the same way she would have, like all the reports and everything, like the same way. Okay. Well, fuck that. I would put a motion in limine and I would be like, no way. Unless you have your own report, you're going to be like, so then think about it this way. So let's say that we're from the defense, and obviously let's say that I didn't do the autopsy, but I'm a pathologist and I come in because they want a second of opinion on here. Take a look at this stuff. This is the findings that this pathologist, wrote down and said all these things. Well, what do you see? It's kind of like the Karen Reed case. All right. Well, what if I'm like, well, I think multiple weapons were used, or I don't think that the stabbings could have been ever done by the K-bar is not big enough to make those wounds. I'm just, again, giving you guys an example. Okay. So I want to have, if I'm the defense, this person coming in and testifying to opposite of what the findings were from the state, saying that it was one knife and that's the type of, the weapon. It was definitely the knife that was in that sheath. Okay. Same thing as testifying to the crime scene, like how there is no blood on the sheath, that it's sitting there like that. Okay. So to hear that the state is just straight up saying that, hey, guess what? Further, this expert may testify about findings, impressions, and or conclusions that he or she drew from the work of other experts who previously examined or handled the evidence in question. So they went and got their own second opinion about the first expert that they used. Think of that. That's kind of what they're saying here. I'm not kidding. Okay, so then where's your report? You guys remember in the Delphi case, this was a huge struggle for the jury. The jury had a huge problem with, well, you're this ballistics guy, and you don't think that where's your report that shows that it doesn't match? Well, I wasn't asked to do a report. Those were jury questions. And the jurors didn't like that. Okay. It's exactly what they're saying. Yes. You guys, this is absurd. This is absurd. When I was reading this, I'm like, notably, not a single DNA expert opinion or report was produced. You guys, DNA, that's this case. Like, you don't have Bryan any other way. So instead, the state's disclosures refer to Bates numbered pages mean this. It's just the number. So when you say like Bates 101 to 360, those are just that's just page 101 to page 360. Okay. So they said, hey, on December 18th, remember, everything that they've been filing has been sealed. So on December 18th, the state disclosed 25 experts that are on the list. That doesn't mean they have to be called. Okay. But if you are not disclosed, you don't even have a chance to be called. Okay. So the state has, here we go, 25. that a possibility of being called to testify as an expert in this case during the guilt phase. All right. Of those 25 experts, only 5 include actual expert reports. Only 5. Notably, not a single DNA expert opinion or report was produced. So now let's go back to the beginning when Ann Taylor and myself, how the fuck did you get to Bryan Kohberger? Oh, through this DNA basically that we just tried to hide, right? Okay. Then they have this big old hearing about this IGG. They bring in Becca Barlow, Gabriela Vargas. They bring in all these people because they want to talk about, wait a second. If IGG was used, if it was a law enforcement kit, there's going to be a receipt. Okay. There's going to be a receipt that the FBI would have had to pay for this law enforcement kit that you uploaded to a third party. And those, it was like $300 to $700. Okay. Where's that receipt? Where's the receipt? Now, I didn't even know that this existed. I go and look at my FOIA and I'm like, wow, me and Ian, we want the same information. I said, that's interesting because I am literally asking for, I said, I am seeking reports pertaining to a case that was open. I said, how much money was budgeted and then used to date in the Bryan Kohberger case, the FBI, federal money? How many special agents have been used? What city/state of the FBI, their agencies, obtained Bryan Kohberger's raw data DNA profile and then uploaded it to a lab to create the genetic genealogy tip? What date was the DNA obtained from Idaho State Police? Email from the Idaho State Police lab concerning the DNA resources that would be needed. So there's got to be some communication to say, hey, we want your help doing the Wild Wild West work of genetic genealogy. And then what date was the tip submitted to Moscow Police Department with the name Bryan Kohberger? And here's your bang. The receipt from FBI paying a third-party site to upload a law enforcement kit. Then I get this. Didn't even know this existed. Because I said, we got problems in paradise. And how can I go about getting my answers? Like, how can I go about doing this? We got problems in paradise over here. So I just want one thing. That's all we need we just need one thing. Give me the receipt from the FBI paying a third-party site to upload. Give me the receipt. Where did you pay for a law enforcement kit to be uploaded? Because you want to know what camp I'm in right now? Oh, and even after this part, you ready for this? Back in 2022, going into 2023, when we finally got the news that it was more like, it would have been, because I kept saying, like, how'd you get to Bryan Kohberger? How'd you get to Bryan Kohberger? So it would have been 2023, because after his arrest. And then, boom, we find out about that they used genetic genealogy. And I said, no fucking way. I said, I want to know if there's a way that you would hide behind acting like you used IGG when you really didn't. And what would be the benefit of doing that? Let me break this down. Why Okay. Law enforcement would know things like, hey, we can act like we got to Bryan Kohberger the way of using IgG, okay, but really we didn't use IgG, but we're going to hide behind using IgG, right? And we're going to kind of have some protection there too, because it's, you know, it's a way for us to just act like we did that, and then we're not going to have to produce anything about that. But also, you're not supposed to be using IgG to arrest anybody, right? So, and they know that. They can't just solely rely on, yep, boom. Like it's supposed to be here's this tip, here's this name, and then you got to connect it all. Otherwise, like you can't just use genetic genealogy. And then now it's kind of bringing it all back full circle, which is hence the suppression hearing, hence the Franks. And it's just like, I would not be surprised if Ann Taylor is saying that. Like, here, I'm going to give the name Bryan Kohberger up, right? Say that we got there through using IgG, right? But we really didn't. Because if you can't produce me a receipt that you paid for uploading Bryan's kit to a third-party site to then make your tree, then how do I know that you ever fucking did it? How do I know that you did that? How can you prove to me that you truly used genetic genealogy to get to Bryan Kohberger? How can you prove that? You can't even prove the basis that you... Law enforcement has to, if they're going to upload a kit, they actually have to pay. You know how me and you can upload our kits to wherever? Law enforcement has to go a different route, and they actually have to announce that it's a law enforcement kit, okay? And then it wipes out 90% of the database because 90% have opted out of being able to compare your raw data STRs to the other ones to be able to make your connections. And so you have to pay. Law enforcement has to pay. And so like you have these emails and then you're supplying, you know, okay, you're paying that money to the site and then you're giving them and then they're uploading that kit to them for you to be able to do what you're about to do. Okay. So I'm trying to best explain it as I can, which is right now, they may have the information that IgG was truly used, okay? But we don't. Nothing that has been supplied to the public at this point where you can just say, that IgG was used. But why would you need to do that? Why do you need to do any of this? And this just is like, this is a slap in the face. Notably, not a single DNA expert opinion or report was produced. At least 3 digital forensic experts are disclosed with lists of 67 electronic devices or third-party databases examined. Okay, let me tell you how much that is. So 3 different digital forensic experts. So what they do is they're the ones that would take the material, meaning like the raw data, or when you were to be given a device, plug it in, do the extraction of the phones or whatever the device is, and then go through the extractions, the downloads of those phones. And that's not what Cyray does. Okay, Cyray does not do that. Okay, people though that use his his software do that. So, but wow, you're using 3 digital forensic experts. It's normally just 1. It's interesting that you're using 3. And there's a list of 67 electronic devices. So people could have multiple devices. So you can't just say like that's 67 people. Not a single report of what the 3 experts will opine related to any specific device or data is disclosed. Do you fucking know how crazy that is right now? When they're talking about that they looked at these phones with the PCA, we looked at Bethany's phone. We looked at Dylan's phone. We had their phones. We had the downloads. So we looked at them. And this is saying we knew where everybody was and what they were doing. Oh, did you? This is insanity. This is absolutely insane. $67 electronic devices. Let's say that each victim, let's say, had a phone and like a laptop, but everybody has like an iPad, you know, if they had an old phone still in their possession. Let's go with, I think 3 is a realistic number. Laptop, phone, and an extra. So 3 times 4 is 12. Okay. Then you got the surviving roommates. So include them. So you got basically 6 times 3 is 18. All right. So I would say 18 of those 67 electronics is going to be from inside the house. That would be my, okay. So let's just go easy math. Let's just say it's 20. So you got 47 devices with data. Whose shit were you collecting early on? Whose shit were they collecting early on? You got a Hunter, both Hunters, Maisie. You got both boyfriends, Jack and Jake. It's crazy. An argument here. This is a capital murder case, in case you guys did not know that. And nothing about it is clear cut. So this is a capital murder case and nothing about it is clear cut. The expert issues are complex, involving many different facets of DNA, cellular data, cell tower coverage and drive testing, car identification, crime scene and blood spatter analysis. Ooh, daddy, I love it. That's going to be huge. That's going to be so important. Fingerprint analysis. Wow, we got some fingerprint analysis going on. It's interesting. Okay, so also who we can count in the 67. Take how many devices did Bryan have or his family have that they took in? Okay. And I would say 10. I'll go take another look at that. Fingerprint analysis. What is there to fingerprint? Forensic pathology. There it is. You want to know why that's so important? What I just talked about. The wounds, baby. The wounds. And electronic device analysis of the suspect, victims, and alternate suspects. And that would just be filler. And social media accounts. let me tell you how Idaho State Police work when they want to give you these alternative suspects. They list them as person of interest, okay? And they also will use the word / suspect when they're writing up a report. That's how they do it. So I'm curious to see if they were saying like, POI / suspect, or just suspect or POI. And then people could move from the different categories when they're filling out these lovely reports that they do. That they have a very interesting way of waiting months to write up the report, which means if you wait months until you write up the report, that means you can't possibly give it to me or nobody else could see this. So then how are you bringing it all together to be like going through everything? So I can't wait to see the dates on these reports that would have come from interviews, or if you were assigned to go canvass the area or go grab business cameras. Same thing. Everything that you do in investigation, you write a report. You're documenting like a diary, everything that you do. And Idaho State Police is notorious for writing up these reports. I mean, I'm not talking like a month or two later. I'm talking like 6 months later. So how are you writing up your report based off of notes that I finally got to go look at my notebook here, or you're taking your body cam of the interview that you did and watching it, pausing it, then writing it in. Like, so at issue is the state's supplemental response to requests for discovery regarding expert testimony and its exhibits filed December 18, 2024. The disclosure lists 25 experts and provides their CVs, 5 with expert opinion reports and others with reference to Bates numbered pages or items, but no opinion data or methodology. A very important word. Okay. What was your method of doing it? Okay. Like, I watched surveillance cameras, right? I was watching, I pressed pause, then I would, when the car came on the screen, and it was in the middle of the camera, I paused it and wrote down what time it was, and then took a screenshot of that vehicle to capture the car, the timestamp of the video, and then I was also then filling it into my Excel spreadsheet. I did that with every single vehicle that entered this camera from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m. Let's just say that that's what I did. And then I put it all in an Excel spreadsheet to account for, and if it was traveling north, I wrote north. If it was traveling south, whatever the description says, what the car was doing based on my observation. What the state's disclosure does not do is follow the rule, which states expert witnesses on written request of the defendant, the prosecutor must provide a written summary or report of any testimony that the state intends to introduce at trial or at a hearing pursuant to Rules 702, 3, or 705 of the Idaho Rules of Evidence. The summary provided must describe the witness's opinions, the facts, and data for those opinions, and the witness's qualifications. Disclosure of expert opinions regarding mental health must also comply with the requirements of Idaho Code 18-207. The prosecution is not required to produce any materials not subject to disclosure under section or subsection G of this rule. This subsection does not require disclosure of expert witnesses, their opinions, the facts, and the data for those opinions, or the witness's qualifications, intended only to rebut evidence or theories. So if you have a rebuttal witness, so in the Brian Drake, Dr. Moore case, as I was looking, the reason that I believe that experts that Jennifer Drake has is just experts versus that they weren't disclosed as experts, but they're experts in their field, is because Jennifer Drake is going to use those as rebuttal to Dr. Moore's experts. And so therefore you did not have to do that, and they don't have to provide anything because you're just going to use them as rebuttal. That's what that last sentence is all about. Jesus. I love how they're just saying it so plainly. Does not do is follow the rule. And then it gives, State versus Morin. That's a case. Then in that case, when an expert relies on some form of scientific or technical information that must be disclosed, as opposed to other witnesses whose opinions may be of the less scientific variety. The discovery rules are designated and designed to safeguard the truth-seeking functions. Holy shit, imagine that word, truth. Truth-seeking functions of trials. Truth-seeking. Okay, we're not getting people up here to mislead the jury. Promote fairness and candor to facilitate fair and expedited pre-trial fact gathering and to prevent surprise at trial. Okay? Hiding the 8-ball, ambushing. Like, what the fuck? When you're good at your job and you have a case, you don't need to do this. And you know what I think is hilarious when people say, nope, you're just looking into it. This happens all the time, blah, blah. Well, then guess what? If that's your answer, think about that. Why are these tactics? Why are they playing a game? What's up, criminality? Because I think that answer sucks any way you want to slice and dice it. Like, no, because they don't have to do this. What do you mean they don't have to do this? You have to disclose discovery. But when I hear people read something like this and they say, you're getting into the minutia, I'm like, wow. To think that I need the material to defend a client is getting into the minutia. I think that you're a complete fucking asshole then. You're an arrogant asshole. You're a fucking asshole. But no, how about when you got it so big and bad, throw your dick up on the table and run the show? Here, yeah, this person's a sick motherfucker. Here's the shit that we're going to use against you in court. And then move on. What games do there have to be played here? People's lives are not a game. We're not playing Monopoly. God, it's just so frustrating. Like, if I was a prosecutor, I wouldn't need to do this. Tell me why. Tell me why. What's up, T? Again, Happy New Year, everybody. How about if we did that to you, the people that want to stand up for this shit? When you have the right guy and you have all the, you got just stand-up individuals that are just doing the work and working their tails off, coming in every day, nonstop, getting justice for families and victims, and you don't need to do all this. And if people say, well, this is just our justice system, well, then change the fucking rules then. Change the rules. Take all these rules out. Take 702, 703, and 7. Just take them the fuck out of the game. Just take them out. Now, Judge Hippler, okay, he's a very interesting decision that's going to be coming his way with this when he decides to rule on this. Because based on precedent that he's already set in this case, there is going to be a compel. There's going to be an order. You're not going to give Bryan Kohberger ways out of being able to appeal based on your discretion. Yeah. And you want to know why they would do it too? Spare the families. If you can spare the families here, and hey, we don't want you to go through a trial. We don't want them to, we don't want people getting dragged through the mud, as they want to say, and blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, so we're going to, hey, he's willing to take a plea deal, life without the possibility of parole, blah, blah, and he's going to sign. And we don't go for the death penalty. And he's going to say that he did it. That's what you would do. I'd talk that over with the families. I would say, I'm willing to give up the death penalty to get him to sign on the dotted line and spare you guys. But if you don't want that and you want to go to trial, and then we're going to do that as well. But this is just ridiculous. And anybody that says that this is just part of the game, well, I don't think that our lives should be a game. I don't think that our freedom should be a game. I don't think that it should be a game. State violates disclosure requirement under ICR 16b 6. The trial courts has considerable discretion to fashion an appropriate 16K remedy. So citing that state versus Montgomery, Mr. Kohberger continues, just wading through, wading through all of the sea of discovery. The need for rule. We need you to be in compliance with this expert disclosures. It is critical to his ability to prepare for his defense at trial. The state's failure to comply is not harmless. I learned something new over the past couple of days. Do you know what, if you're going to be providing and going to trial, do you know how many hours they say each witness prep time should be for each witness that's going to testify at a trial? I'll leave you guys with that. I'll reveal the answer in my community section. But there is actually, they will tell you, depending on the witness, there's actually like a, hey, it should be X amount of hours. Conclusion, Mr. Kohberger must be able to confront the evidence against him. And to do that, it must be disclosed in ordinance with Idaho Rule 16 and this court's trial setting order. The expert evidence disclosed by the state is woefully inadequate. This is a capital murder case, and compliance with the rules of discovery are not optional. Mr. Kohberger is prejudiced by the state's failure. It is impossible for him to confront unknown expert opinions with his own expert disclosures by January 23rd, 2025. You guys, if you're saying Kaylee's phone was turned off, turned back on, the phone took 16 steps, the phone had this, the phone had that on it. Why we believe Kaylee was, it died, but then it was plugged in, so then it regained some battery, but then it died again during the middle of the night. We believe that these murders happened between this period of time is critical in the defense of Bryan Kohberger for you to be able to back up your time period by using also the digitals that you said in the PCA. This is just sick. This makes me sick. All right. Now, it's 6 o'clock. We have 6 hours over here on the Eastern Standard Time Zone of the world until we pop in champagne bottles. But I got you guys something. You guys ready? Full disclosure. It's amazing. Okay. We are Ringing in the new year. Look at this new bell for today, you guys. Ring in the new year. Oh, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Look at that. Love it. Mwah. Oh my God, Lana, just when you thought you couldn't do anything to... Fuck yeah. I lost my shit when I saw that. I said, oh my God, dead. Getting that. Absolutely hilarious, right? You guys rock. Bryan Kohberger will be the first thing that I talk about in 2025, which will be tomorrow. Yep, it's at the Truth and Transparency Motel. Let us know when you're here, okay? You want a room at the truth table. Let's go. We got 666 people in chat. I love it because Satan is coming through the floorboards in 2025. Remember, the Moors got the best Christmas gift, the best New Year's gift. They got Cold Case Foundation founder Billy Little Jr. sitting first chair out of Missouri and Arizona, Pro Hack Vice with Craig Logston as second chair out of Arizona to come and literally go to war in the courtroom at the end of the month. So thank you guys so much. Happy New Year's. We will do a... Hey, Bella, you want to do a shot? Rewind it back. Check it all out. Spokane, popping with fentanyl pills. We got controlled buys happening all over Eastern Washington, Northern Idaho, and a lot of problems with the police departments, the local Idaho State Police. And I don't see the FBI backing whatever it is that they plan on selling to the jury in 2025 in August. This Frank's hearing / suppression hearing is going to be off the chain on January 23rd, 2025. Stay tuned right here. We'll keep you updated all the way until that hearing. We'll be live with it. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Loving the new bell.
Like brains, and like if you need a lot of brains, you're gonna be in trouble.
All right, we're doing a shot with you guys. So do you have one over there?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
You want a shot?
Yep, we're gonna do a shot. Because Teresa, are you in chat, love? Let's see. I'm gonna make a phone call and see if it works.
2024. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna do toast.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Here we go.
Here.
Yeah. You want to do a toast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know what you're going to say?
No.
Okay. Hold on.
That's
I'm going to.
life.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see if
Who's
this
that?
works. We're going to see if this works.
What is it?
I'm calling Teresa. She was in chat.
Oh, she's in chat?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What's up, girl?
Hi.
You're the after party.
All right, let's do the shot.
Let's do a shot. What are we cheering
What is
to?
he drinking?
Hold on. I'm going to give a shout out to Speedy Lady. Let's hit that goal for Atlanta's early access FOIA. Hell yeah. Oh, I did that one earlier. Hold on. Let me grab this one. RJ Guess. Happy New Year's. Woo. What do you think about that new bell? Here we go.
I like your ringing the New Year bell.
Murky, super chat. God, I love you, Murky. New Year. Happy New Year, Murky. Oh, Glenna. Bless you, child. Look at that. Bring that right back up. Okay, we got one. Okay. Who's gonna say the cheers here?
I said I'm gonna do it.
Okay, good. You go ahead and you do it.
Wait,
Ready?
but let's say hi to T. Hi, T.
Hi, Bella.
Where the hell have you
Happy
been?
New- You know, family stuff.
T, is it sunny right now in Cali? What time is it?
It's still kind of cold, but yeah, the sun's definitely out.
It's cold, like it's
a-
60. It's 60.
Let me see what it is. I'll tell you what it is. Hold on.
It's cold.
Shout out to Sherry D. Cash at me $20.25 for 2025. That's so cute.
Okay, we're cheering. What is it?
57 degrees.
57.
Almost close. So get your drinks out, everyone.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers
I got
to
my Dr. Pepper and my vape.
yes.
Ready to go.
Oh, you got a vape.
Okay, do it. Okay, so here's to all of us.
Okay.
And hopefully 2025 will be even a bigger, better, more healthy, and prosperous new year for us all.
And look at that.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! Woo! We're dropping bombs and bells. And balls. We're dropping balls.
Dropping balls.
What do you think? You think Richard Allen's going to put in his direct appeal?
Yeah, I do.
T, I'm so fired up about that. Let's not even talk about that.
Yeah, we'll have another live. We'll talk about Richard Allen. So I'm sure I thought maybe you had to take a break because of that disgusting press conference. But
I just watched the press conference for the first time yesterday live.
oh, you did? Oh God.
Yep.
It
Woo!
was bad.
It was bad.
Denise, hi, love you over there, lady.
But it keeps getting worse.
It's 29 degrees in Bonner's Ferry on the mountain. Just plowed for 3.5 hours.
cold.
That's what I'm saying, T. You were over here, Callie, doing this shit. I'm over here.
I'm shivering and it's 57.
It's cold here, honey. Like it's cold. It's raining. All right.
Heather One Dimple, Happy New Year, love. TNT fam, here's to 2025.
Aw.
Yeah. Yes.
Cheers.
Happy early New Year, Sherry D. Cheers. Thank you for your Cash App. I got that.
Imagine if you had to cheer.
WB, Happy New Year. Lana Brains. Woo. T, I just put in one badass FOIA request. Didn't even realize why, because I did a federal one. Didn't even realize that Ann Taylor and me are just totally on the same, like, we must have ESPN. We're over here talking about the damn DNA, and I'm like, holy shit. So I chopped all my hair off a couple days ago.
Let me see.
You didn't see it in chat? Aren't you in chat, love?
Yeah, but you have your hood on.
Oh yeah, like it's all off. Look.
Turn around.
I'll FaceTime you. I'm not gonna fucking turn around and act like we're at a strip club over here, T.
Come on. You know you like it. It's New Year.
Happy New Year. What have you been doing? Doing things with the kids?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing tonight. Hanging out with the family.
We're about to go. I think to a hockey.
I'm gonna do a Delphi live here in a little bit, but
You're gonna do a shot?
a Delphi live.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just on this shot kick. We're ringing in the new year. Hey, people want to do a live call-in show, so I'm thinking about doing that. Maybe we could host one together. To do Richard Allen one, because I'm gonna do a Bryan Kohberger one. So
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that.
Like an ask me anything kind of thing.
Yeah. Like also I really want to talk about this whole eating Post-it notes. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, so stupid.
I know, right? Like, yeah. I'm just
Jerry
like,
Holman's the only one who saw that kind of stuff. Nobody else saw that. Just Jerry Holman.
Yeah.
Well, forget that. What about this whole thing about passing Post-it? Like, we were there in trial. Okay, you have to use context and wait until something bad happens before you start pointing fingers at somebody who OJ went and sent a Post-it to. Nothing happened out of that. This is professionalism.
She could have asked her to dinner. She could have thought she was looking hot in the
exactly, and she was, girl, and she was. So like, there's nothing to say here. Nothing to see, nothing to say. Move along. That's all. All I
know, she was doing more coloring than writing notes when I was there. But I like people, like, I'm like, I don't care what your opinion is. Like, I just respect people that like put the time in. And so like, I was like, Lauren, we could totally have difference of opinions. Like, I don't think you're understanding and
she just doesn't know enough about the case.
Yeah, but then
ask her something about Lori and Chad Daybell, and she's on it. But and she took it as disrespect, but it's not disrespect.
No, it's not. It's not disrespect.
It's like asking me about, I don't know, pick a case that I don't cover that.
Well, I want to ask you about the Wayne fire.
What do you know about the loin fire, T?
The what?
See? Loin fire in the portal.
No, I don't know what you're talking
Daybell,
about.
honey. Daybell.
Oh, the portal.
The portal. The toilet
fire. I thought you were
portal.
talking about an actual fire. I'm over here making thumbnails for the Flora fire.
Oh.
You're talking like actual fires, not loin fires like Chad Daybell.
Thank you.
I'm gonna come through your portal, girl.
Yeah.
How about Luigi Mangione, baby? You guys see that meme? Would you rather want free?
Talk about conspiracy on that one.
I don't know, man. I don't like. You're gonna have to bring me some more for me to. I gotta see some more on that case because, I don't buy how they got to him either.
Well, I'm just excited.
You looked at the case where I was just reading about it. It's where the little boy's missing after the dad like drove the car into the tree or whatever, and he killed himself, killed his daughter. And the wife is like in the hospital now, but they found out that the couple actually has a little boy.
He's missing?
He hasn't been seen. He's like 2, not even 2. He hasn't been seen for months before this car accident.
Wow. No, the only thing when I think about like missing people is just the Sebastian Rogers case and like everybody and their mother, I don't know, suing people or something.
Yeah, I don't know. That case is too far gone.
Girl, that's so 2021. I sued everybody in 2021. That's so. I did a RICO on everybody, man. They just. It's so 2021. I RICO'd everybody, and they all laughed at me. I'm like, dude, it's a real thing. Look it up. Thank you. It is.
Hey, T.
Civil RICO, bitches.
Were they missing on winter solstice, just like the West Boys? Because isn't that weird? Remember how the West Boys?
Oh yeah, this little boy.
Yes.
No, I don't know. He's been missing for months. So, I mean, he would have been, I don't know when they actually, I'd have to go back and look at like the articles and see when he actually ran the car into the tree, but there was no little boy in the car. He's been gone for like ever now.
But that's what happened with the West Boys. Remember? They staged it for winter solstice, the longest night of the year.
Yeah.
May they rot in hell.
Teresa, what's the first thing you've noticed on a person now since you're, ever since like 2020, like 2?
How tall they are?
For me, it's eyebrows. Now you see me?
That's how tall they are.
Now you don't. How tall?
I noticed that before 2022, so I think that's another issue, though. I mean, if a guy is short, he's fucking short. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you know he's short.
Oh hell yeah! Especially when you see their little finger hands, like those little like you just see somebody's hands and you're like, oh god, you've got to be like 5'0".
His little tiny hands,
tiny
fingers,
little little fingers. Yeah. Speaking of which, yeah. If you know, you know, bitches. Shit, man.
T, what's in that vape, T? What is in that vape, T?
That's a shout out to all my folks back at home in 2021.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Let me think of another thing. Oh, did you guys get any board games for this year for Christmas? Any new board games?
No, they got these puzzle guns, so it's like they had to build them, and now they shoot rubber bands.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
So that's been the chaos in my house, is that they're all shooting each other with rubber bands all over the place.
Oh, those guns that do it, those old school guns?
No, you have to like build it. It's like a 3D puzzle, and you build the gun, and it's like a working gun.
Oh my god, you guys are building 3D guns too over there?
Building ghost guns.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, but they're wooden, and they only fire rubber bands.
Wooden.
I mean, it's not hardcore. Don't anybody go get me swatted.
Yeah. Let's see who else.
Stayed out there.
What do you think about this? I don't follow it. It's like that Wade Wilson dude.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Everyone's trading Wade Wilson, their Wade Wilson tattoos, in for Luigi.
They're all getting.
That's ridiculous.
They're like, Luigi is the new like hot thing on the market. All these chicks.
What do you think about Karen Reed stuff? Have you been following?
So, only a little bit. I heard that Berkowitz died.
Yeah, from cancer allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
No, I don't know. I'll get back into Karen Reed when she actually goes back to trial or there's another hearing.
Yeah, people have been asking me like why I'm not covering. I'm like, covering what right now? There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing really to cover.
That's the thing. It's like there's so many cases that when in between any type of motions or actual hearings, There's just fighting online, and I'm like, you want me to cover all the fighting online? I'm not doing
I'm not
that.
covering the fighting online. Yeah, I say it. That's I got no time for that. I got no time for that. What else? So Delphi. Are you going to cover Shanna Gardner?
No, I'm going to do, after I finish up catching up on Delphi stuff, I'll still continue with Delphi every once in a while, like when there's updates. But I'm going to do a stint on the Flora fire and get all the documents and everything for that. I've been putting together spreadsheets and whatnot for the Flora fire.
Oh, good.
Because there's so much, interconnection with Delphi. It makes sense to cover it when you know all those players. And then, and those girls, I mean, I don't feel like there's any headway in that case. And they're like, even talking about it during that press conference, like, oh yeah, we're making progress. Oh, okay. We're working really hard on it. No, you're fucking not.
No, you're not.
That was the biggest.
You're not doing a fucking thing.
That was the biggest dramatic theater that I've ever seen.
Yeah, they can all fuck
Doug
themselves.
Carter did not throw his notes. And anyone who thinks that he threw his notes, what he said was memorized. All of that was a big PR campaign.
I agree.
And that's what Doug Carter has always been good at. And
Silent G, thank you so much. Love you, and so does God.
Did you guys see Courtney? Did you guys see? I'm reading the chat with Courtney Clenning. Did you guys see Vinnie Politan react to that? I
yes.
Yesterday on my live.
God bless him.
Reaction to Doug Carter was fucking priceless.
It's
man.
about
if you
time.
haven't seen it, you need to watch it.
Dude, Vinny's been like, Vinny's been like,
I'm proud of Vinny.
Yeah, like I love ever since he created his own YouTube channel. I think he's in the same boat of like saying like, dude, fuck keeping to your little mainstream narrative that you can't ruffle the feathers of, hey, we can't say that, or hey, fuck you, man.
Well, he was just telling Carter, he's like, we could, you say you wanted us to see what was going on inside the courtroom. Well, we could have, but you guys didn't want us there. Like, and then your lack of transparency in this entire investigation is why we don't have all the facts.
And why we don't believe you.
We don't have all the facts.
And why we don't believe you.
Did you catch when he's like, there's corruption in Indiana? Like, I am so proud of Vinnie Politan for saying that on mainstream media and taking that stance, because we've been waiting for so long for somebody in mainstream media to say the right shit, because that interview that Holman did was a fluff piece. I am asking Holman to interview with me. And if he doesn't interview with me,
oh my God, she's been like going nuts about this.
That's what's gonna listen. Interview with me. I'm not an asshole. I'm fair in my interviews, but one thing you're not going to get.
You know the case, so you'll be able to actually ask questions. That
exactly.
Yeah.
Let's no follow-up questions for that guy that answered anything.
And I'm not going to say
yes.
For 7 years.
And you're in your timeline. Come on, like that's like. Ooh,
And so Holman, you're invited. I'm sending you a formal request tomorrow. And
you should do the Bash Brothers together. Put Holman and Carter on the same thread.
If you do not, because I know Doug Carter wanted to wait till this case is over to come out and actually say stuff. So it's your chance, everyone's chance now to say. And if you want transparency, you have nothing to hide, like you said on that interview, then let's bring it. Bring it. Because I have a lot of questions. And what you provided was just fluff.
And I want to talk about the sketches to start it off with.
Lana's getting, what are you second sharing it? I can't, like, I just can't. Like, I was so upset. I literally had to log off. Like, I was telling Lana, I'm like, I can't. This is pissing me off beyond, like, I'm ready to, like, throw shit in. Like, I'm done. This is so, fuck the press conference.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. Are you going to cover, you're going to cover Idaho4, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll continue to cover Idaho, just, not like you do, not as in depth as you do. I'll just cover the overalls of it.
Are you going to cover the Drake Moore case? It goes to trial here at the end of the month. Well,
no,
I'm just kidding.
I'm going to cover Crystal Rogers. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Okay,
well,
so I'm going to cover the Crystal Rogers case.
When is that going to trial?
There's 3 guys. 2 are being tried together and 1 is being tried separate. They still haven't found her. You probably remember the case. She went missing, and then, like, while the dad was searching for her, he ended up dead.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite a few years ago. They've never found her, so they finally got her ex arrested, and then a couple of his alleged accomplices. So I'm going to go through that case. Courtney Clenny is actually one that I want to cover, but Larry Maletti is coming up.
Okay.
So I'm going to cover that too.
Are you
got Drake covered?
I think you should cover Rico.
Oh yeah, but you need to cover me covering it. It's going to be hilarious. No.
I don't know, somebody sent me a new case yesterday they wanted me to look at, and I have to look that up too. It's her name is Crystal McCrory Jones. Have you heard of that case?
Crystal McCrory Jones last name?
Yeah, McCrory Jones.
No.
She sent me.
What's the state?
She sent me. I don't know. I haven't looked it up yet.
Oh, see, because I'm starting to like be biased towards certain states. So I'm like, once you tell me what state they're, I'm like, fuck no, I'm not doing it because I'm not going to deal with like, I don't want to do a case where the cameras aren't even allowed to be in the courtroom.
Oh, that's so T. Tell her how rare. That's so rare. Like what Gull pulled was so freaking rare.
No, I'm talking about like Pennsylvania. You can't even have cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah, I don't think in New York you can either, right?
Yeah, it's
that's
like,
what they were saying. That's
yeah.
why all the AP people were like in the hallway with Luigi.
Let's see.
It's Louisiana, the case you're talking about.
I'm looking it up right now. So she just messaged me, or she put it in my chat yesterday. So I was like, I'll look it up.
You're like, I'll handle it.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna be like having. We're
Louisiana.
Gonna
Louisiana. It's looking like they might be looking at her husband. I can't really quite tell yet.
Yeah, it's Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana. Crystal McCrory Jones was found dead in her home of an apparent gunshot wound.
Yeah.
I want, if Andrea Burkhart's out there and watches this, Andrea Burkhart, will you write the motion to have for the Moore Drake case to have cameras in the courtroom so we can stream it? Thank you.
Send her an email.
Thank you, Andrea. You know, if you're just watching, happen to catch this.
You happen to be watching the end of this live?
If you happen to be attention. We have a red light special. Yeah, this is Teresa from Criminalities on the phone right here. So I yanked her out of chat and made her come up here to do a shot for ringing in the year.
T's like an old school friend of the channel.
Yes.
Like T has been.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Chris Watts, Shanann Watts. Let's talk about a little bit of Watts. Let's just talk about some stupid ass Watts shit.
What would we talk about in 2024?
Is there anything to talk about?
Is there anything to say?
No. What are they even up to?
No. Ask T. You know,
does he have a girl? Does he have a girlfriend? Oh, we can play.
Last I heard, yes, he does. He has a new girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Not even the one that he had. I think he's had two girlfriends since we knew of the last girlfriend.
No, T, stop it. He's breaking hearts.
Do we find out, was she real?
Don't know.
It's a man.
I think it's AI.
It's a man.
Okay. Okay.
It's Wade Wilson.
Let's play Marry, Fuck, Kill in the Shanann Chris Watts saga.
Just Shanann.
Okay, let's do it.
Just a couple.
Go
just
ahead,
go people.
Ella.
Okay. Marry, Fuck, Kill is, I'm gonna list 3 people, and then T has to pick who she would marry, fuck, or kill.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pick the same person for either
please
of them. And then you can ask me people back. So we'll do a couple rounds. Okay. So here we go. Ready?
Go.
Nicholas Atkins.
Atkinson?
Yeah, Atkinson. There you go.
She's already forgot. She's moved on from Watts, you guys.
We have new pieces of info in our brain that just wipe out Watts bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Nicholas Atkinson, Chris Miller, and Chris Watts.
Wait, you're gonna put Watts with those two?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm giving you like a little out there.
Let's
I
go.
have to marry, fuck, kill.
Yes.
Marry, fuck, kill.
I'm curious.
Oh God, you guys are gonna get me in trouble here.
No, do it. Come on.
You better kill Chris Watts.
I'm not gonna kill Chris Watts. I'm gonna fuck him.
Nice. You're gonna. Did you say you're gonna fuck him?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna fuck Chris Watts.
She's gonna fuck Chris Watts.
Nice. Okay, come on. Who are you gonna kill though? What?
I'm gonna kill Chris Miller.
Nice.
Nicholas Atkinson.
Beautiful.
Oh, you're gonna marry the little Nicky.
How
Okay.
old is he? Is he?
He's of age now. He's good.
Oh, he's of age.
Yeah.
Yes, he's of age.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't play fucking kitty porn over here. Jeez.
I'll take Nicole Atkinson as my mother-in-law.
Okay. Get that thrive.
Yeah, get that thrive. Get that candy cane thrive.
Get that thrive. Candy cane. Oh my god, that's right. Don't they love that shit?
I need some.
Okay.
Who has thrive?
Okay.
Wanna send it?
Okay, hold on. Let me
Okay.
think.
She has to do it. Now.
God, I gotta fucking remember all these people.
I know. I'm gonna have to get out my index.
Please, NA. I just want NA involved.
You guys take out how cool this is. Ringing in the new year.
Let's do.
You could. I'll even let you use.
Kill.
Yeah, there you go. Look at ringing in the new year.
We're gonna do Nicole Atkinson.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
throw her in there.
Fucking NA. She totally slept at the
And,
house.
Can I give you a hint? NK.
Ronnie Watts
Oh shit!
and Frank Yurzik.
Oh come on, T. My God. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. So we have Frankie Rusick, Ronnie Watts, and NA. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm fucking A, man. Okay. I am going to marry Ronnie Watts.
Makes sense.
I'm going to I'm going to fuck. God, I feel like if I fuck Nicole Atkinson, I could like get some insider info.
Well, maybe that's what you should do.
Yeah. I could totally
Think
like,
it out, Ello. Think it out.
if I fuck her, then I can get some info.
Use your brain.
Because Frankie Rusick ain't got he doesn't know shit about shit.
But can he fuck?
I don't care.
Okay.
He's just this is about info. Okay, I'm going to kill Rusick and fuck NA and hopefully drug her to the point that she's telling me what the fuck happened. I'm gonna drug her. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, final answer. So I would marry Ronnie, fuck NA, and I'm sorry, I'd have to kill Frankie.
I'm sorry.
All right, Bella's turn.
Who's making it up for me?
Go ahead, Teresa. You got some good ones over there.
Yeah, Teresa, you
Let's
do it
see.
because she's too close
All right,
to
let's
this.
I'm
I'm gonna get NK Watch.
Nate.
Okay.
Neighbor Nate, baby.
Okay.
Neighbor Nate.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Kovac? What was his name?
Oh, the guy that was interviewing
NK.
NK, yeah. Agent special
and NK.
yeah, special
I
agent
don't know
Kovac.
enough about that dude though to like. But okay, go ahead.
He's a weirdo.
all I know is the interview, but I don't know like his personal like. Is his
He's
dick
probably got
big?
some info.
How
so
does
just
his
fuck
hands
him.
look? Like does he have
And then
nice hands?
NK.
Oh shit!
So you got
What'd I
Nate,
say?
NK, and Kevin Kovac.
Ooh.
Okay, I told you
Nate,
NK's gonna be in this.
NK, and
Nate, Nosy Nate, the
okay.
mistress NK, and the detective Kovac, right? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I can't kill the detective because I'd get locked up.
Got me locked up.
Uh-huh. So I think what would happen? Jesus, I can't fuck Nate. I can't do it.
Maybe you can get his surveillance cameras.
Then I'd kill him to get. Okay, so I would kill Nate.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Take his fucking surveillance
Sorry,
cameras.
Nate. I don't. It's just a tough choice.
Sorry, Nate.
Tough choice.
Bring it in the new year.
And then I'd have to. That would just leave. I'd have to fuck Nicole Atkinson.
Yeah!
I mean, Nicole.
No!
Sorry, Nicole.
No, you
I
don't
mean,
have Nicole Atkinson. You have Nicole Kessinger.
whatever. The Nicole's. I'd have to fuck Kessinger, and then I'd have to marry Kovac because he's a cop. Like I have to be nice to him. So I'd marry the cop.
Oh yeah.
Fuck the mistress and kill the nosy neighbor.
Oh yeah. That was so easy. God
God,
bless
no,
it,
it
Teresa.
wasn't. It's just my. It's my.
I didn't feel like that was easy.
It was.
I thought
Okay,
that
well,
was
I'm
easy.
gonna
think it
give
was.
T1.
Okay, give T1 because I got one ready.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, ready?
Do you want to tell me about the
Jim.
I was gonna say leave Jim alone.
Leave Jim alone. He's in.
Leave Jim alone.
Okay.
God damn, you took Chris Miller last time.
Yeah.
That was a
So,
good one. Shanann.
no,
Shit.
Jim, Mrs. Watts,
Which?
Cindy? Oh,
Ci-
no. Yeah,
Cindy Watts. Yep. And Sandy Rusick.
I'm sorry, T.
Good luck.
T, I didn't do that. T,
Good
I
luck.
didn't do it.
this one's pretty easy.
Oh.
I'm gonna fuck Jim. I'm gonna marry Sandy, and I'm gonna kill Cindy.
Woo! Fuck, Mary, kill. Welcome.
Explain. No, but give your reasonings, T.
Yeah, I'm just curious about those.
What's your reasoning, T?
Wait, who would you say you'd bang?
Jim.
Jim in the sand dunes.
You want to leave Jim alone? Then I'm definitely not going to leave Jim alone.
Nice. All handsy with it, girl. Get all handsy.
Welcome, everybody. We're closing out our live here with
Anybody who's this is your first time here. I feel so. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Well, it's New Year's Eve. No, come on.
It's
girl.
a New Year's Eve special.
Okay, handle it. So why did you pick that? Come on, T.
Well, Sandy can cook like there's no fucking tomorrow.
Nice.
That's true.
So I'm gonna marry her because then I'm gonna have good food for the rest of my life.
That's
Nice.
true. Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna fuck Jim, like I said, because NK wants me to leave him alone.
She keeps wanting to go to the fuck. You've already been over that part, T.
And then Cindy, I think she's Cindy Watts.
She's useless.
She's just useless to you.
Useless.
Well, I mean, gee, I just got nothing for her.
Nah.
There's no love lost there.
Yeah. Yep. I gotcha.
I love it.
I gotcha. All right. Well, right now, who's your favorite go-to creator when you're not creating?
Truth and transparency.
Oh, Teresa.
Sweet. Well, look, she's here.
Don't you be lying just because you here, girl.
I'm right here.
Okay. All right. Well, besides TNT here, anybody that's worth checking out any videos? I mean, do you like True Crime Design?
I watched True Crime Design. She's got some mad editing skills. So
right.
I mean, even if I don't agree with what she's saying in the videos, it's still a good watch.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what I'm researching, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for Delphi, my favorite creators,
Tell me.
like R&M. I love R&M.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cheers to R&M.
Yeah. Cheers. Bring it in the new year.
What do you think about All Eyes on Delphi?
All Eyes, one of my faves.
Yeah.
I'm
Same.
so glad she ended up making a channel. She had sent me some really cool stuff for me to use, and I was like, "Nuh-uh, like you need to put this on a channel, girl." Like,
Aw,
go
T.
do something with this.
She's a
Because
twin
she's just too good. She's too intelligent.
Yes,
Yeah.
honey. And she has a lot of patience. Holy hell.
I want True Crime Design to make my documentary with the Drake Moore case. I'm propositioning her.
There you go. Like attorney, out of
attorney.
Burkhart,
Mm-hmm.
lawyer, Bob
Nice.
Mata, Defense Diaries, of course. He's
Yeah.
my buddy. I love those guys.
Yep.
Those are Lawyer Lee. I'm a pretty big fan of Lawyer Lee, depending on the case she's covering.
Nice.
I love her. She's a phenomenal human.
Yeah,
We
she
had
is.
the
She just seemed like a sweetheart.
Yeah, we had the chance to get to hang out due to our being in Delphi, and she's a very humble. She's just a great lady.
Anyone who can remember my name, I give so much props to. And that woman is brilliant.
Yeah, and they put the time and work in. I mean, like
Yeah.
Andrea and her were there like literally every single day, and they just
Mm-hmm.
they didn't
flinch.
Yeah, they also didn't act like, I don't know, better than anybody else. You know what I mean? They're just like very just
humble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
said
just like
I said the
normal
word
folk.
humble,
They
but
just they just have a job and they're just normal.
yeah,
folk.
and they took their job seriously,
Yeah.
and they didn't, even when people were like, "Hey, I'll line sit for you" and stuff like that, they would still come out early when they probably could have just came like literally, I don't know,
Right before.
yeah, like there was just a lot of things that they just were really phenomenal people.
They were really gracious for
Yes.
everyone who doesn't know. Like behind the scenes, the people who are in Delphi, who live in the area, who are out there line sitting or helping or wanting to be part of it, they
that was awesome.
They wanted to talk to everyone. They cared, and they really do. Like it's not a persona they put on.
Yeah,
like, that's really who they are.
Totally
amazing women. Big
Melanie Little's another one. Somebody in chat commented Melanie Little. I love Melanie Little. Trying to think of who else.
T, we love you. T, your channel. T, your channel is phenomenal.
Oh god, yeah. I always try to pop in over there at Criminality. Murky, could you put Criminality's thing in chat? Link in chat. Put Bella's in there too. What was it?
They've been dropping it.
Okay, good. What is what about okay, either people love him or hate him. I'm a fan of JLR. What do you think?
I love this shit.
JLR cracks me up. So obviously, if you go back to the watch time, we know a lot more about JLR than probably most of his new viewers do.
Yeah.
But JLR, he just has no fear, and so there's something about that just. Like, there's no fear in what he does. And for me, I'd be like, oh, fuck, I'm not going over there and doing that. And he's just like doing his thing, you know? So I have respect for JLR. I know that it seems to me that he's worked really hard to try to overcome some of the bad shit that he's done in his past.
Yeah, what happened to him.
So I got nothing but love for him at this point.
Yes, I agree. Everybody, yes.
But he does make our mornings because we get to see him do things, and his titles are hilarious.
Oh my god, his titles for his lives.
Make our mornings. We love it.
Fuck yeah, like Luigi ruined Christmas.
Yeah, Luigi. Everyone's mad at Luigi.
So yeah.
Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? I love that, man.
Let's see who else is like a lover or hate him.
What?
I don't know, like controversy, like.
Don't controversy.
There's some people that
tell us.
Like,
let T tell us who is controversial.
I'm trying to think of I haven't been on YouTube for almost a month, so it's like hard for me to even go back to what I was doing a month ago.
Did you watch when he was covering the hurricane?
No.
Oh god, I loved it when he was covering the hurricane. I mean, not that I love the hurricane, but like he was just fucking man. He was just. God, he got out of his car and was like letting himself blow all over. And he's just like, man, it's so windy out here. There's like 70-mile-an-hour winds. He's just like, God.
Let me see who's on my list. I'm trying to think if there's any other controversial ones.
I think for the most part, people have been calling people out that are. Remember when I was like, I'm never getting a YouTube channel because it's all just lies out there. Like
this one right here.
Remember that? I was like, fuck all you people that have these YouTube channels. You guys just lie to these viewers. Remember, but that was like when I saw stuff from like in the Watts case. Like I'm just like, why are these people just putting out this stuff that's like just wow, where are they getting this information from? This is just none of this is true, none of this is happening. Do you feel like that has stopped more like now?
What?
No, I don't feel like it stopped at all.
Oh, really? Maybe that it's just not in those cases.
I feel like it still happens. I feel like you have like a what do you call it? Like an immunity to it almost. Like you're just like you there is like a learn to ignore that this is what happens, and you just kind of go on. There's people who talk shit about me all the time with Delphi. There's people who talk shit about you all the time with Kohberger.
Really? Like, I don't even know that.
Yeah, exactly.
She's comfortable in her zone.
Yeah, they do. Oh God, why?
I just don't give a shit anymore. I
give zero fucks.
So much more than I do now.
I love this T. I think 2025 is going to be like T's year to like blossom out of the phoenix.
I'm rising from the fucking ashes over here.
Baby girl, yes. Like, I love this energy that you're giving about like, fuck this shit. That press conference was fucked up. I mean, literally, like, I don't cuss on my channel. I try not to, and I lost my shit last time I did a live. But like,
that's an interesting perspective. How about that's a really cool perspective? Or to like,
what perspective?
Do you have any idea how hard the mods get dragged? No.
I hope mods don't get dragged. That's ridiculous.
Who do I need to beat the fuck up?
No, back in the day, okay, but like, none of this.
How do you drag mods? Like, I don't even understand that. Like,
when they go into like another chat, they're like, there's like a Teresa lover. There's somebody who just wants to free a child killer, or they say stupid stuff because
I guess
like,
they say that I want to. Yeah.
T, you know that I had to use my other because of what I did. Like I always had to go into Lana's lives with my original YouTube, and somebody made a really big stink, knowing that was my everyone knew. Lana knew who that was. Everyone knew that I had this other. It wasn't like a secret. And they made this really big deal and contacted the person I was working with and said that I was out of my mind because I was joking in a very tiny live that Lana had about said I was pregnant and that my gifts for my pregnancy was at Bevmo. My registry was at Bevmo. And so the person reached out.
Yeah. Can you make a registry at Bevmo?
Isn't that great?
Knows. But we were laughing about it. It was a very very small live. We were all laughing. And this person put 10 on 2, went and told someone and said, Bella's horrible. She's pregnant right now and she has her registry at Bevmo.
That's fucking hilarious.
First of all,
we're expecting a child and our registry's at Bevmo. Hit it up.
And it's you can't make this shit up. They know what they're doing. They know how they're messing with shit and they still do it. But it just makes me laugh.
Well, that's unfortunate that people be going after people like mods. I don't know.
Mod supporters. Yeah, it's horrible.
The only time people complain like that is if you are onto something. Lana is used to it. I'm just immune.
You almost get an immunity to it. You just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah,
so it's I'll go if you want me around, then I'll be around. If you don't want me around, I just won't fucking be around. I got other shit to do anyway. I don't have the time to care that you don't like me. I just don't.
You don't have to like me, but you will respect me. You know what song that's from?
Tell us.
No.
Oh, that was that it was a 2005, 2006 hit.
What?
Because I'm bossy. Yeah. Let me see your. Yeah.
Let me see yours.
I have her on.
Have yours.
Who's the hottest mod? Are we giving out superlatives? Hot or not?
I don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Here.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. I don't. That's wild. Is what's going on with
I don't know what all my mods look like, so I couldn't even tell you.
Does who's what's going on? Is Critical Case still have a channel?
She got.
I don't think so.
Androcchio. She got sued in Androcchio, and once you do that,
she tried to come back. No, she tried to come back.
Who the fuck is dragging Sherry D? I will stab a hoe.
Sherry D better not be fucking dragged.
Wait, what?
Sherry D better not be fucking getting dragged. What the fuck?
Yeah, so I said I stab a hoe. I get shit in other channels for people. Wow, really?
I really don't know though.
What's up, excited
utterance?
Happy New Year. We're bringing in the New Year.
Down, but I don't know if she has another one up or not.
She's on Twitter talking that Karen Moore is guilty. Karen Reed is guilty, and that Karen Reed is it is where are your facts, girl? When did you arrive?
Karen Reed is anything but guilty.
And she is so legit. I laughed at the last thing. I just put up this post for I responded to her. She obviously has nothing to say to the peasants. Remember? You peasants? She has nothing to say. Listen, Karen Reed, if you know, you know. She's not guilty, honey.
Kay hit rock bottom, and I don't know if she ever came back up.
Exactly.
Well, because I was trying to think of the wildest things in 2024. So if I had to make a list of the wildest things of 2024, I would say I think the Karen Reed case was pretty fucking wild.
No, it was lovely.
Well,
oh my god, it was so long though. I'm we have to do this again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. At least somebody else will be doing the process or the Commonwealth side.
Exactly. I'm so looking forward to Hanky.
No way. How do we listen to that for another 500 weeks? I'm oh god.
Listen, T, at least we have somebody with a really proper Boston accent talking.
That's
and he's
true.
I told Alan Jackson, I'm like, AJ, at least you have somebody going up against you that's that I could get behind. You have a little bit. You're still gonna win, but you have something.
I mean, you guys, I think Alan Jackson's pirouette was the highlight of 2024.
Lana loves a pirouette. Lana just loves the pirouette.
Like, when have you ever seen an attorney do a pirouette? Like, come on, man.
What I want you to give me credit for right now is me telling you and everybody that you guys are not ready for Alan Jackson. And when it hits, you guys are your jaws are gonna be on the floor. And when it happened, everyone's like, holy shit. Dude, when you're from LA and you've seen this guy be a DA when he was younger, and what he has brought to the table and how much he has grown, that man is what litigators, what trial attorneys, what any attorney achieves to be is what Alan Jackson is. I cannot lick that dick hard enough, man. That guy is legitimately, no, seriously. He knows it too. Like
he knows it.
He does. I'm like,
motherfucker knows it.
He knows it. I'm sorry, like he does. But
oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Is it?
Let's see what else.
I am depleted.
What else? What else would be another highlight of 2024? Trying to think. A Cy Ray coming on in the Bryan Kohberger case. Huge. That like when you want to talk about like tops of 2024 for me. Delphi was a great experience. Total unfortunate outcome.
Disgusting outcome.
Barf. But everything in life happens for a reason. So I'm hoping that. But
what about Sarah Boone?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
She's just fucking nuts, dude. I can't even with her.
What a fucking what just a train wreck, man.
How many narcissists does it take to get on a stand and always tell your side? Every mother effing narcissist thinks they can talk a jury into siding with them, and you can't. You can't get out of your little hole that you're in.
Like I didn't even really. I mean, I followed it loosely. I would say I just could not. I just couldn't like that. She's so guilty. Yeah. She's so just.
I mean, she should. Why wouldn't she take that deal?
Literally for entertainment purposes only, because there's nothing coming from this.
Like the amount of gaslighting she did on that stand, and what she said was so disruptive to anyone's memory.
Like you were handed. I can't even believe that the state offered her the deal that she then turns down. Like, wow.
I think they knew. I think psychologically they knew, right? T, don't you? I mean, do you think that sometimes people know? They know, like you're going to make a bigger.
They just wanted to save the taxpayers some money, and they were just like, let's just try this and see what happens.
Yeah, and I want to hear your take on the Menendez because you are in.
Oh yeah, what do you think about the Menendez?
Tell me about Menendez.
I think they should be free.
Me too.
I've always thought they should be free.
Go ahead.
I'm all in on that too. I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
Why do you think they should be free, T?
Because they suffered abuse, in my opinion.
But what is
that would have been a mitigating factor, a huge one.
What do you say to the people that say this?
A huge mitigating factor.
What do you say to the people that say? Because you can't live in an echo chamber, so it's always good to always know every side, right? So what do you say to the people that say, if this was pertinent, that they had suffered this, why didn't these people come out at trial and talk about this?
They tried. They kept it all out of the trial. That's why.
The
second trial, yeah. It was already ruled that this stuff couldn't be admissible.
Well, some of them did talk, but like, there's like the letter, and I might be speaking incorrectly. So if somebody actually knows, then please feel free to correct me. But from my memory, there was a letter that was written to a cousin, and the cousin did come forward during the trial and say that he had this letter, but they didn't have the letter. And now the aunt has actually found the letter and come forward with it.
Bravo. Yes.
Yeah, they found it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%. So what do you think about Newsom kicking it to the DA, saying, hey, we're going to wait till the DA and then he can make a decision?
I think that's typical.
What I think about Newsom.
I think it's typical LA bullshit.
Well, listen, Newsom can
Tupac, I love you.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I think about Newsom.
No. I mean, like, listen, get in line with Newsom. Like, everyone wants to fucking shove a dick up his ass. But what about this DA? This DA, I really love this DA. I appreciate him.
We're just ringing in the new year here.
We needed him.
Next up, moving on from the Menendez brothers. Next up, a biggest like disappointment of 2024 with like people that you were
talking about true crime.
Yeah, like if you were gonna be like, who do you think is like a disappointment?
Fuck everybody right now. I can't even. Delphi. Fuck everything this last week. I am
Jesus.
Pissed. I want to shut a fist up in Delphi.
What would you say?
The Delphi verdict.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, should have been like a hung jury.
Teresa, we were sitting in there. Okay.
I think jurors, period. Like the brains of these jurors, because you'd have to say, like, I'm sorry, but the Karen Reed case.
The jurors, I feel like the system itself is so fucked right now.
I agree.
That I don't even. It's like hard because it's like, and you know, like I think Bryan Kohberger did it. I absolutely think he's the right guy. But they're fucking up so much stuff on the prosecution and the investigative side that it's like our system is going to end up failing those families.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I feel the same thing about Delphi. Like I know people are like, well, he did it, so who fucking cares? Like that's where they're at with it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's not how our system is supposed to work.
Not at all.
So whether he did it or not would not even compare to what all the wrongs that are committed along the way. Yeah. And if people don't realize that, then it's like that's the kind of shit that does end up with false convictions. That's the kind of shit that ends up with your mom, your dad, your brother being arrested for some shit that he didn't fucking do and going to prison. So
no, it's fucking disgusting.
Like, I think my biggest disappointment is this big realization that no matter what state almost, it's like they just, I mean, fucking look at Karen Reed's investigators. Like those guys are a fucking joke. Like this is Holman's interview. The guy doesn't know what probable cause is.
Fucking asshole.
The people in Karen Reed, they're fucking putting pieces in solar blood samples. In solar.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a fucking investigator, and I could do better than this. So I'm almost at the point where I don't even know if I'm mad at the jurors because they're left with whatever's fucking left.
True.
Yeah, but the only reason I'm mad at them is because of one thing, which is like you can't just go convicting people if you're reading the rules and it's telling you if you have a doubt, like a reasonable doubt that hey, it's not even that you think that this person did or not. What if I don't know anything about a case and I'm not even able to follow it because you guys just horribly like presented your case to me, I'm going to say like, listen, I don't know if he's guilty or not. And he may be guilty, but not off of what we were given. Like this is.
But you didn't prove it.
Yeah, you didn't prove your case beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't know how that's gotten lost.
That's the problem.
It's like, yeah, it's, I don't even know. And I don't know. I don't know what the answer is because I truly feel like social media, you would think, should be highlighting all, like, you guys, the Innocence Project exists for a reason.
Yeah, and it takes 20 fucking years to get to that point. So imagine an innocent person. Let's just pretend Richard Allen is innocent. I think he is, but let's just pretend he is. So he has to languish in Westville, which they did on holiday break. You guys, they put him back to Westville on holiday break where no one can break this. So he has to languish there, hopefully survive for 20 years before shit gets moved through the system with, like, let's say the Innocence Project picks it up.
Yeah, no, but that's not the point of the Innocence Project existing, you guys, is because DNA, reversed people that supposedly confessed to a crime that they never committed. And they did that because of police work, because of police officers going at people in interrogations, just like, I'm going to get you to confess because guess what? I am going to threaten you with X, Y, and Z. And then even though you didn't do it, you're going to take a plea deal with something, because you're going to prison because the system's cooked, right? You're fucked. So either take this plea deal and go serve 15 to 20, or we're coming at you and you're not getting anything and we're going to get you for 40 years.
This is also why the Reed method for interrogation is now off the table in California. So
I just think everybody needs to just stop thinking that police officers don't make mistakes. We're all human, right?
I don't think people necessarily think that.
They do, because they don't think that a police officer is ever taking the stand and that something that they are saying is not true.
Listen, I wouldn't expect a judge to sit there and sign off on shit that she did, like Gull did. What
do you think about that?
I missed it. What was it? I was typing to Michelle in chat because she made a really good comment. Like, justice has been lost. Now it's guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
And good luck with that.
Yeah, because it makes.
I agree.
And that's what my question is to lawyers is: are you defense attorneys? Are you changing your approach to how you're going to represent your clients based on the mentality of jurors? And the answer has to be yes, because otherwise, what we're seeing isn't working.
I'm in agreement. That's right. I think my biggest disappointment was just a realization that I think that anybody can be fucked anytime.
When I sat through the jury, the voir dire, and everybody was under the guise that, well, yeah, what do you mean we're not going to hear from Richard Allen? More or less like, well, if I didn't do something, I'd be screaming from the rooftops that I didn't do it.
Yes.
And people got put on that jury that straight up said in voir dire, okay, that
they wanted to hear from him.
No, that they don't even know that they don't. If he didn't testify, that they would that would be used against him. And then the guy Baldwin and Rosie were like, well, even if the judge says that you can't do that, I don't know how I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be able to get past it.
That's what I mean.
So hearing that, how do people like that make
a jury? The
jury? How is that not automatically like, hello, this guy just said he does, even if you instructed him as the judge, if Richard Allen or whoever would be the defendant didn't take the stand, he's going to take negative inference of it. Right?
Right. Well, yeah, he doesn't have to take the stand. They're not supposed to.
But that's
coming back.
Yeah, that's what people. They're expecting. There was people on that jury that the Richard Allen jurors said
they want to hear from him.
Yeah, and that if he doesn't testify, that they are going to take they're going to negative.
They're going to infer negative connotations to him not taking the stand.
And that they have those biases already.
But see, in our Constitution,
and I'm just like, I witness those people say those things and then get picked
still make the stand.
And make the jury.
Yeah,
and I'm like, whoa, how is this not an automatic? His like, you have those automatics.
I think you only have like 2.
No, but it doesn't even get to that. If you can show that person, hey judge, yeah, then they're out.
I mean, there's some.
I don't have to even use one of my challenges. I was blown away.
I think that this is the issue that it's existed for a long time. And if you watch anything that has to do with like the Innocence Project through the years, and one of the biggest cases that I'm very passionate about is Darlie Routier. She's on her last appeal. The Innocence Project has picked it up. She's on death row in Texas. In my opinion, she did not kill her kids. I've talked to her family members.
What is it? I want felons on my jury. If I was to ever get in trouble, I'd want felons on my jury.
There's a whole miscarriage. There's a whole miscarriage of justice.
Is that am I allowed to? Hey, until we can, I want somebody with some record. I want.
To be on a jury?
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I'm sorry, but
the smartest people don't make juries.
There was not one black person on the Delphi jury.
Well, there was,
but there was, but then all of a sudden there wasn't. I want like 5 black people on my jury. I want 7 whites, 5 blacks, and I want all Mexicans as my fucking people that pop in. You know?
Just pop in.
My alternates.
Just popping in.
Okay. And the only reason I don't want it to be 6 to 6 is because that number bothers me. So I'm going 7-5. Okay.
That number bugs me.
So otherwise I'd be 6-6, and then I would get, so I'd probably have 6 alternates, and then I'm like, fuck, no, I can't deal with that. So 7-5.
Bench trial.
What do you think would have happened in a bench trial with Richard Allen?
With gold? With freaking gold?
A trial. She'd have just been like, "He did it. Let's go home."
Yeah, she'd be like sipping coffee and.
I question that though, because she has to go off of the
No, she don't.
Off of the evidence.
No,
I think she was shocked. I think she was shocked that it came back not guilty. I'm telling you, I will ride and die on that hill.
Not guilty?
I mean innocent. I mean guilty. I'm telling you, she was expecting it to be not guilty.
No.
I'm telling. I will live and die on that hill.
They had it so dialed in. They knew. We knew when we got in that room.
Well, we knew once we saw the jury.
You think they didn't
I saw that
know?
jury and I was like, oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh my God. None of them had their heads up.
No.
I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, wait, that guy has a backpack on? This guy has a tumbler? I was like, what is going on? They can't come in here with all this crap. Like,
they were bouncing. They were out.
No,
yeah, but you still can't. Yeah, but you still can't have your book bag in there.
When the defense rested, my opinion only was they were out.
Yes,
they were out. And
I still don't understand. I would love to hear from Brad and Andy why they chose to rest when they did. I
Same.
mean,
I have so many things to say about that
they
defense.
They had a couple more things in their pocket that I think they could have done, and I think they just didn't. I'm not them, and maybe there was a reason they couldn't do what I think they should have done. But
that's exactly what I think. I feel like an asshole armchair quarterbacking what they would have done, because hindsight's 2020, and they had to defend him, and they did. Those men are not pieces of shit. They believed in their client. They weren't faking it. We've met with them like before this, back in March during the hearing, March 18th. We met with them. Like they're not faking shit. Okay. So for anyone to think that they did anything nefarious, or the Franks shit was just like a whole like bullshit fucking thing they put their fucking licenses on the line for, nobody would do that. You are not leaking this kind of shit out. You're not leaking these fucking crime scene things, so that these crime scene photos, so that people think about your client like he's a murderer. That's the last thing.
Well, okay, if we think about this, then why would
fucked?
if this was a criminal justice system that's supposed to be fair, right? And everybody's officers of the court, right? Then how if the prosecutor and the judge are always working together because the judge thinks like that they're part of the state, like then
it's not supposed to be that obvious, Lana. Like this was just.
Can I just make a side comment real quick?
It's just not supposed to be anything.
I think Bella needs to take a shot every time she says the F word.
Yes,
I think I'm ready to do New Year's. We're supposed to be going out. We're about to. Soon.
Talking about Delphi, just like Delphi.
It's
red.
It has pissed me the fuck off.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's annoying.
Moving on.
Done.
Yeah. If I don't ever hear about Delphi again, like I would be fine with it. Right. That's how I feel about Delphi. God, I don't even know. Do you feel that? I don't know. The last thing I will say about Delphi, with the only part about it is, you know how hard it is to try a case when there's not a law firm that's trying it and they're all from the same law firm. And
true.
You know how hard that, like, think about that.
And how many cases do you think they have as public defenders?
They weren't, I mean, they were, but they weren't.
But this is a huge case. How hard is that?
They weren't. They were just doing that case.
It's difficult.
I'm saying to work out of different offices, I couldn't even imagine.
Not get paid.
You know, but yeah, to not have your money given to you, to have a judge lie, all of it, like, it's gross. It's disgusting.
No, and
it was
victim impact statements, to talk about the defense attorneys in your victim impact statements when they're doing
that says
job.
More about that person that's
they're
speaking.
Doing their job.
It should have been about the girls. Nothing about the closing of anything was like about the girls.
Gull should have
to do a press conference and not talk about the girls. Like,
exactly.
Nobody is talking about the girls.
They cared about talking about the defense team.
This is called Taxi Cab Confessions 2025. Okay, closing it out, T, because we have to go. You have to go. I want to close out on what are you expecting in 2025? Do you expect anything in terms of, like, Bryan Kohberger, you think guilty or innocent? What's it going to come back? 2025 prediction.
That's a tough one. What's it going to come back? Shit. I don't know. I mean,
do you even think there's going to be a trial?
I do think there's going to be a trial.
Me too. 100%. I think there's going to be a trial.
I think there's going to be a trial, and I think we should get an Airbnb, and we should attend it as much as we can.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. Happy New Year.
I already have all that.
Well,
but
I mean,
when
it's supposed to.
Oh, it's happening when it's supposed to. But the thing that with this case, it's going to be streamed. It's going to be streamed. So the only thing I care about seeing is if they don't do voir dire live, because then I want to be there for the voir dire, because I want to see how they go about picking the jurors.
True.
But everything else is going to be, if they're going to have the cameras in the courtroom, then I just know that when I have all my stuff, like I can do so much more. I can do way more with the coverage. You know, I have so much on this case that who's ever taking the stand, I'm going to tell you everything that they've ever said, who they are. To be in the courtroom and just having like it running for everybody else to just watch, you know, and like people chatting. But
yeah, if I have to say one way or the other, I say BK comes back guilty.
I'm going to go with not guilty on this one. I think that Cy Ray gets it done in the courtroom, so that's why. I'm betting on Cy Ray.
All right, what about Karen Reed retrial?
Karen Reed retrial. If well, I think it was really impressive that the judge denied having the Reed's families, the parents' phones. That tells me that she knows that if she was to give that up, that the Alberts phones would then all be subject to the same, like, you know, all that. So I think that she made that call to protect, again, the house. I think that just like in Delphi, the defense team had weapons that they did not use. I don't think that is happening this time. Karen Reed, not guilty.
I say Karen Reed not guilty.
Yeah. And I think that if it was to even come back hung, they wouldn't retry her.
They're so hard on for her.
So like
Yeah,
I think
I'd be really surprised.
I think this is the last trial regardless.
Okay. Who else? Who else we got?
Okay. Shanna Gardner, Jose Baez has that case. I think Mario Saldana, guilty. Shanna Gardner, not guilty. I think that's going to be so interesting that because they have, you know, husband, wife. And I think that there's going to be sanctions coming out of Jacksonville Beach.
Okay.
Jose Baez is the shit.
Yeah, he is. He really is. As much as I think that Casey Anthony's guilty, you can't say he didn't.
He's one of the best trial prep attorneys that there is in the game.
That's what they keep saying.
Yeah, one more. Oh, thank you. Yeah,
we're wrapping up. Gardner will even go to trial.
Who?
Excited Utterance in chat doesn't think that Gardner will go to trial.
Yeah, I mean that's another one where the Jacksonville Beach royally messed up. I have the Discovery went through that top to bottom, and they got a lot of problems on their hands. Oh, thanks.
What about Courtney Clenny?
I don't know enough about the case, so I have to say I don't know.
Oh, I can't believe that you don't follow that case.
Send me. I'll look at it tonight.
Please do. Please do.
You know, just while I'm glancing as I'm strolling.
Or whatever. Okay, what about Lori Vallow in Arizona, representing herself?
I think Lori Vallow is a shitbag, and she doesn't deserve a damn minute of screen time. Fuck her. That's what I think.
What do you think about her Botox not having it?
What do you? Well, you can tell she doesn't have it anymore. What do you follow? Did you follow at all Corey Richins' case where she drugged her husband?
I think this one did.
Oh, was it the person that wrote the book?
Yeah, for her kids.
Yeah, I think that she's a sociopath.
Wow, Ella. Wow, Ella.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I think that.
Look at you. You do actually think some people are guilty. People would be so surprised right now.
Yeah, I think she's a. I think that she's. I feel bad for her kids. To have her as a mom.
T, do you know how many times I got to get on this one about?
What do you think about Adelson? Okay, so Wendy Adelson, I would bang her.
Guilty. You're not being If you're gonna bang, she's always gonna be 68-year-old.
Wendy Adelson is not 68.
But if she is,
kidding.
Anna will do it.
If she's 68, she has a chance.
Anytime.
No, I think Wendy for being a lawyer is just. I think they're. I would like to know how she passed the bar. I just would like to know. I don't know if I necessarily think that. I think her family is so controlling. Do I think that she knew that they put the hit out?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, she did.
I think that she's a spoiled brat. How about that?
Oh God, yeah. But I think that I still think she knew. I think they all should go to prison.
Yeah.
Lana has learned Farsi.
Oh God.
And so
I've been teased. Mickey Steins is going to be a very, very good case. I'm
Lana
telling you,
knows
people
how
should
to
watch
say-
that. I think that
I think it's a treat.
I think I wanted to go to trial because I want that area to be cleaned out. There's been so much bad things that have been happening to like, ugh.
Lana, explain to
Just
everyone how
go
to
to
say
trial.
spoiled brat in Farsi.
Batshit loose.
I told her the easiest way to do it is to say batshit. Batshit loose. Say it really fast. And if you guys want to learn how to say spoiled brat in Farsi,
Dr. Moore, what's it going to come back?
say it.
I think not guilty.
Okay, what about? Well, let's end it on this one then. So that then I have.
Oh, no, here, I'll give you a bold prediction. I think Jennifer Drake and Eldora Gatch will get indicted in 2025.
Oh dang!
There you go.
How about Keith D? Keith D.
Oh, Keefy D. Fuck yeah. Fuck him. He's a stupid fuck. He deserves to go to prison. You know why? Stupidity. Sit your ass in jail.
I can't help that the proffer didn't help.
Yeah, like
TBD.
what a moron. Why would you keep
Fuck
running your mouth?
you.
Why would you keep
Yes.
running your mouth? He's another person. He doesn't deserve an ounce of screen time. P. Diddy, guilty as fuck. Jay-Z, Beyonce, anybody that was at those freak offs, you sick fucks, guilty.
Can you listen to that music anymore?
No, it's really hard to listen to that music, and I'm really upset because I really like my gangster rap.
That's not gangster rap though. P. Diddy,
I really like my hip hop.
Diddy didn't do gangster rap.
Thank
He
you,
just-
T.
You know what I mean.
I know.
Tupac let everybody know and hit him
Yeah.
up.
Tupac. I'll still listen to Tupac.
Oh, I
Tupac
love
hit him up.
Tupac's new records.
His new record.
You know, that's like, come on, man.
It's a new
Do I think
Elvis.
Diddy's getting out of it? I don't. Do you think Diddy's getting out of it?
No, fuck no.
I don't think he's getting
How
out of it.
many dicks do you think Diddy's gonna suck to get out of it though, T?
Oh, I'm gonna take a look at that.
How many dicks would Diddy suck if Diddy could suck dick?
Yes.
Oh, he sucks dick all day. He
I wanna
loves
hear
dick.
what T says about sucking dick.
Diddy would suck.
Diddy's gay as ball.
He
Yeah.
He's like, I'll take 4 with some
Yeah.
Alizé.
We all knew.
We got a new tongue twister for you.
Yeah.
Alizé with some Henny.
How many dicks would you suck if what is this?
How many dicks would Diddy suck if Diddy could suck dick all day?
Yeah.
I love it, T. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hit that vape, girl. Hit it.
All right, go.
Wait, who else? Who else? Who's the last one? Who did you wait? Someone just put one in chat that I wanted to highlight, and I was.
Oh, who?
They said it was a good one, and I was like, yeah, how did I miss that one?
That was a good one.
Let's see. Wait. Now I'm gonna be mad that I missed it.
Someone fill in the dead air.
I said, is that no. Oh, I think Sheldon's gonna get his evidentiary hearing. So
Oh,
I think
thank
someone talked about
God.
Sheldon.
Yeah, why
I think
don't we
that
talk
was
about
it.
Sheldon right now?
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I think there's a new DA in Beaver County.
Oh,
So
Brian Walsh. Brian Walsh he's a piece of shit, but he'll have Judge Bev too.
God.
Fuck those fuckers.
Yeah.
And everyone named Brian, get fucked. If you have a Brian in your
If you
fucking
name your kid
family,
Brian.
you are fucked. Brian across the board is fucked.
Do you know how many times I hear that a day? God, why are all these Brians just?
I'm gonna repeat myself. This one.
Yeah, we're just on repeat mode over here.
Never. Never.
Oh,
once.
Scott Peterson. There we go. Scott Peterson. I think Scott Peterson, I'm telling you, you got to read this book.
His name is Scott, so he's okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Scott Peterson was literally, I'm telling you to read this book. I put it out on my community page. I've read it.
She loves this book, you guys.
Yeah.
She wants to do a book club. She wants me to do it on my channel. She wants me to
I think,
read it.
yeah, it's so good.
Should I read it?
Yeah, the reason it's so good is because there's so much shit that we don't even know. And it's about, if you guys want to talk about Delphi and cults,
Fuck off.
it's about these pregnant women that were being taken from that area and they were being dumped in the San Francisco Bay. And it's like, it's
San
a thing.
Fran.
What book are you talking about though?
Where
His
is it?
it's upstairs. It's called presumed. It's called presumed
Guilty.
presumed guilty.
I have it.
Yeah. What do you think?
Have it, T?
Yeah.
You don't even understand. If you
Presumed
have
guilty.
that, Lana loves you.
Presumed guilty.
It's a great book.
I'm telling you, I think that Scott Peterson deserves a new trial.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, he deserves a new trial. And I'm telling you guys, we need cameras in that courtroom, and what's his name needs to run as far away from this as possible is Mark Garagos. Mark Garagos is the reason, in my opinion, that Scott Peterson was found guilty because he did not represent. It's up there. It's right next to my bed to the right.
No, it's not.
So, anyways, we gotta go.
You have OJ.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have my OJ book up
Have a
there.
great New Year.
I was reading my
I'm giving her props.
Natalie Holloway book the other night because I was just looking at my. Yeah, I wanted to take a look at something.
I'm a big Natalie Holloway case follower.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think?
What in Vandersloot?
No, I don't care about that. So one of my friends, she went to high school with her, and they went on that. She was on that trip, and she really ever talks about it. And I was like, "Can I just have like a couple questions I can ask you about it?" When I actually got like a little tipsy, I asked her. She's like, "Yeah, hurry up," because she'll never talk about it. And I just said, I just want to know why she got in the vehicle with the boys, because that's not her style, and she's not a partier. Like she just didn't do stuff like that. And she's like, that's what all of us we did. We thought that somebody else was in that car with her. Like she was basically saying that Natalie would have never gotten that car by herself. And so I was on this whole like conspiracy about who did Natalie get in that car with that was also like a friend of hers. Because I think that's been hushed. Does that make sense?
Really?
Yeah, I do. I don't think that she gets in that vehicle by herself. I just don't. There's no reason. That was.
I think she did.
But by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
Okay.
That's what everyone says. Yes.
Well, I'm just telling
That
you
thing we
my.
watched the other night.
I'm telling you my insider stuff.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, that's an interesting take. I have to relook at things and see, but I just never.
Oh my God,
I always thought she went by herself. I just think that she thought that I'm on my vacation and I'm just having fun and I'm gonna go hang out with this guy and we're gonna have more fun and.
No, but that's the whole thing is that she didn't get in with just that guy though. It was.
No, the other guys were in the car too. But
okay, but think about this, T. Think about this. Let's just be real for a second. When you, as a girl, are hanging out with people and you're trying to even like, oh, hey, what about you get with that guy and I'll get with this guy. Okay. You know how your friend, like, come on. Like I'm saying that you need just to consider it. And then I'm just going to send you a couple clips of some stuff I have. And I just want you to,
percolate on it.
Just percolate on it. The fact that I believe somebody else got in that vehicle too. And that's why I believe that Natalie got in the car. She didn't go by herself at first. Okay. Okay.
Let me see what's in there.
Makes sense?
Right, well, send me what you think. I'd love to see it.
Okay.
All right. Happy New Year, ladies.
Happy New Year!
New Year! We love you so much.
Bring it in the New Year, bitches.
This is literally what we do. Tell it like this is what we do on this. Like we do this every once in a while, right, T?
Yeah.
And you guys are in on this.
I love chatting with T. This would be like what we were normally doing if like we weren't on live.
No one was listening. This is
I'm just on the phone with you, so this is what we normally do.
Yeah. God, remember all those?
You just happen to be live at the same time.
All those.
Bring in the New Year.
Are you going live later?
I'm going live in about 11 minutes.
Okay, we'll go do your thing. Go live. How do I transfer all the people? They can go listen to what are you talking about?
Put it in chat. Put her channel in chat. And then you guys just go over and see T and say hello.
Yeah.
She's been a supporter of this channel from like day one. So
I did. I watched Lana's very first live on this channel.
You did not, T.
God,
yes, I did.
God, how far have we?
Sure as hell did.
Oh, is that when I?
You guys are so
dropped the shit about the Watts case.
Yeah, that was your very first live. I was there for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, T was there for it.
That was March 26, 2021.
Damn.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody. We're about to hit 2025. Everyone go celebrate. Be safe, though.
Yeah, be safe.
Be safe.
Use an Uber. All right, guys.
See you guys in a little bit. Go have fun.
Love you, T.
Moderators, love you guys. Thank you for all the support in 2024. You guys are awesome. I'm sorry that moderators are getting shit. 2025, it's going to be the same way. Expect to get shit, especially because I'm going to run my motherfucking mouth.
Run your mouth.
Love you guys. Love you guys. Subscribers, members, We're going to keep bringing it. Oh, Boston, love you so much. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. See you on the flip side. November 29th. 4 people that were murdered, and you want to fuck around. You got 8 families that are being affected by this, and nobody from the university.
Shock value. And so what he did was he had taken pictures of California.
Oh, you're from. I would be outraged if I lived in Moscow right now. I'd be lighting some cars on fire out there. I'd be flipping some cars. I'd get the frats going wild with me. Let's get some noise complaints going.